About 1 month ago, I tested positive for COVID-19, and in this video, I'm going to share with you guys my experience, my day-to-day symptoms, and just show you guys how I handled the virus. Hey guys, what's up? It's Danny, and in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys my coronavirus experience. I want to make it really clear from the start that I had coronavirus like over a month ago, way before school started. So don't think that because like colleges opened up and that I went back to school, I got coronavirus. No, this happened way before school started. The way that I contracted the virus was through a friend. I met up with him after being locked up for like a month. And then like 7 days later, he literally calls me saying he doesn't feel too well, he's gonna get tested, and then eventually he tested positive. Luckily, he was really responsible and he told me that he tested positive. I started feeling like allergy-like symptoms. I decided to get tested and I came back positive as well. When you guys are watching this video, I want you guys to keep in mind that my case luckily was very minor, almost asymptomatic. Although statistically speaking, a lot of people who get COVID are gonna have like mild cases. Mild is very ambiguous. And you can have COVID like really bad and be mild, or you can have it really easy and it's still considered mild. I just want to share my case specifically because I don't think there's a lot of videos that show insight into like a minor case. A lot of videos are about like, you know, the hard hit cases or people that unfortunately like go through COVID and have like a really bad experience with it. My case was not like that at all. And just to give you guys some medical history and background about me, I am a 21-year-old male. I am really healthy. I'm really active. I work out all the time. I'm really fit. I eat really healthy as well. I really have like literally zero underlying health condition. Like I'm insanely healthy. Like I want to overemphasize, like I'm really healthy. And just keep that into account while you're watching this video. On July 10, I tested positive for COVID. The rest of the video is going to be my day-to-day experience with the virus. It has been 1 day since I tested positive for coronavirus. I just finished a really quick shower in the middle of the day, just like refresh myself a little bit. Yesterday, I took my temperature before going to bed. I did not have a fever. Currently, I don't feel like I have a fever. I don't feel hot. I'm not really sweating or anything. Well, maybe just a little bit under my armpits, but I always sweat under my armpits. I think the plan with my temperature is that I'm gonna check it like every day, at least 3 times, like when I wake up, middle of the day, and then the afternoon, to see like how it progresses, if like it increases or decreases. Let's see what my temperature is now. According to the thermometer, I'm at 95, and even though this isn't like fully accurate, I'm like not really close to a fever, and since I don't feel like I have a fever, I think it's safe to say that I'm like negative for a fever. Yesterday and the days before, I was like pretty asymptomatic, and I say that because I did feel like I had a little bit of like allergies, but I always have morning allergies. I took a Claritin and like it just got rid of it. Right now, the only symptoms that I would say that I have, I just feel like a little bit congested, like in my face and in my nose. Nothing really going on in my chest. I'm coughing and like sneezing on occasion, but besides that, like nothing really hurts. Like I honestly feel like good enough to go out. Obviously, I'm not gonna be doing that. But like if I didn't get tested or if coronavirus like didn't exist, I would just pass this as like the early stage of a mild cold. Like I said in the intro, I am healthy. I have no underlying health conditions. I'm 21, I'm young. Hopefully this stays mild and doesn't progress to anything worse, but with this virus, we really don't know. I know there's a lot of like different home remedies online to treat like mild coronavirus. I'm gonna be treating it the same way that I would treat a mild cold, just because those are the symptoms that I currently have. The main thing that I will be doing during my coronavirus experience, which is something that I always do, is stay extremely hydrated. I'm also going to be using a lot of these vitamin C emergency packs, whatever you want to call them. I've heard a lot of different things about them. Some people are like, oh, they work, they don't work. For me personally, they have always worked. I know this sounds like really weird, especially since I'm like a really active person, but I actually don't eat like any fruit at all. So I guess this is just like a really good supplement, and it would just like increase my vitamin C because I don't get that much from fruit because I don't eat it. Watch, when I open this, it's gonna make like a really cool sound. Ready? That was pretty cool, wasn't it? A symptom that I hear is like kind of common with people that get coronavirus is that they lose taste and smell. So far, I can taste everything. I can smell everything. I have a plate of Publix sushi here. This is soy sauce, so let's see if I can still taste it. Oh, yeah, I can still taste. Alright, so I started coughing a little bit more in the afternoon, and my dad, obviously, like, he heard me, so he dropped off aspirin in my room. I don't really take aspirin, but let's see what it does. Actually, first one about to come up right now. Keep in mind, it's really important whenever you're taking like any medicine, whether you have coronavirus or not, to like make sure you're actually like reading all the ingredients and like all the warnings, because like you might be taking medication and like it might not actually be like right for you. I have like had aspirin before, even though I don't really take it regularly, so I know it won't really like harm me that much. Alright, aspirin is in the system. This is Delsum Cough Cold. This is kind of like Tylenol PM, but like liquid form. I don't think they even sell Tylenol PM liquid form because I haven't seen it. I'm taking this just for like my nasal congestion. I don't really have a sore throat. I don't feel anything on my chest. But something else that I like about this is that it makes me fall asleep like really easily, so it's gonna be really nice to sleep like a baby. During the school semester and like even this past summer, I've been sleeping like just because of like the whole situation. So maybe this will give me some nice sleep. Oh my god. Ooh. Oh my god, wow. It has this really, really weird taste to it. It's unbearable. Currently, I'm eating some amazing breakfast thanks to my dad. Today, I actually woke up feeling like really good. My congestion has gone down like probably to like 80%. Right now, it doesn't even feel like a cold or like a cold developing. It just feels like I have like normal allergies. Like if I didn't get tested at all, I would probably go out and like maybe go out for a run, go out bike riding. I feel good. Like I could actually do things. No sore throat, no fatigue, no fever. Pretty much almost asymptomatic. And I say that because the only little thing I have is kind of like allergies. I'm coughing a little bit. Like it feels like I have like a little spider web in my chest. I know that's kind of really weird to say, but besides that, I feel really good. I still don't want to downplay it though, because I have read things online where people start feeling like really good for like a couple of days, and then all of a sudden they get like a fever and they start feeling really bad. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me, but I really don't know if it will. So I'm still being really cautious, obviously isolating in my room, drinking a lot of water, eating right as much as I can. I'm trying to stay positive and hopefully everything comes out really well. Since it's noon, I'm gonna check my temperature for the second time. I really don't think that it's changed much at all because I feel exactly the same, but the thermometer will give us the truth. 95.9. I am not even close to a fever. So far, the only symptom I have is like a really minor cough. No headaches, no fatigue, no pain, nothing like weird, no like brain fog. I can still taste and smell everything. So as of right now, I'm actually feeling really good, and like I said, hopefully it stays this way. I decided that I am gonna step out of my room and enjoy the balcony that I have that I actually never use. Look at how nice, cool, and majestic the sunset looks. It looks really dope. It really sucks that I can't like be like fit or like be active how I usually am. Like usually I like I need to be doing something to like burn off all my energy. The only thing I could really do right now to go like out of my room is just to like enjoy my balcony. Hopefully I get more sunsets like this one. Today, luckily, I woke up feeling great. None of the symptoms have gotten worse, and I haven't really gained any new symptoms. The only difference that I really feel is that I am much less congested, like in my nose. I'm a little bit congested in my chest, but it's like not that big. I'm coughing like a little bit, but it feels like a good cough. I know it sounds weird, but like when I cough, it's like really light, and I feel like my body's like trying to like just like put all the mucus out. I slept really good last night. The only medicine that I took last night and throughout the whole entire day actually was this thing. As of this morning, I have not taken anything just yet because I don't feel bad. I know there's a lot of like different symptoms that can arise, so if you're just curious, let me just give them to you. Like I can still taste everything, I smell everything, no diarrhea, no stomach problems, none of that. I'm not tired, I'm not fatigued, I don't have like any palpitations, whatever. Like I actually feel good except for that little minor cough, and even the cough feels like relieving because it feels like I'm actually, you know, putting all that mucus out. So right now, like on a scale of 1 through 10, like I feel like a 7, honestly. Like I could go out for a run, I could go work out, but obviously I'm not going to. I'm just gonna enjoy my little breakfast this morning. I want to show you guys what I've been doing and how I will be managing the eating situation. So right here, we obviously have my door. I open it, and then my dad leaves the food in this little like rig we made. I grab the food, I close the door with my feet. There we go. And even though I hate eating in my room, I really don't have another option. We have this little tray so the glass doesn't get damaged. We have the computer to stay entertained. We have utensils, which I actually clean every single day in my bathroom. So not only am I like trying to stay safe in my own house, in my own room, but I'm also trying to like prevent the spread to like my parents. But let's see what we got for lunch. We got a really good Cuban lunch. We got arroz con frijoles, mariquita, chicken. This should be solid. I've been stuck in my room this whole entire day. I've been dying to go out to my backyard to just like get some fresh air. I want to show you guys how I navigate the house as a COVID positive patient, because even though like I don't have any symptoms at this point, I can still like pass it to like other people around my house, so I still have to be like really careful. Here we have the classic mask, and just to add like safety precaution, I have a face shield. Imagine if I walked around my house like this like every single day. This is how I walk around my house. I don't touch anything, not even the railings. I just go straight outside. To avoid touching the door handle, I'm gonna use my shirt and then it's gonna get disinfected. And we're outside. When I'm finally outside, I take the face shield off just so I could see better. I leave the mask on just in case, even though I know I could take it off, but you know, better to be safe. Symptom update, even though it's like nothing really major, nothing crazy, but I still really feel it. Everything was going really well, but for some reason, right before going to bed, I feel this like thing in my throat, and it's like not a sore throat, but like my throat hurts, but it's not a sore throat. So it's like this really weird feeling. Initially, I wasn't gonna take this because of how good I was feeling, and I didn't wanna like, you know, take meds for like no reason. But I'm going to be taking this tonight so that hopefully tomorrow, like, this weird feeling is gone. My hope for all of this is that I just stay, like, the way I am, almost asymptomatic. Hopefully I'm on the right track. The good news is that I woke up and my, like, little throat problem from last night pretty much disappeared. The bad news, or, like, not the better news, is that I'm like coughing a little bit more compared to yesterday, but it's weird because I also feel less congested. So my theory is that I'm just coughing up like whatever is left in my system just to like clear it all out. The other weird thing, I don't know how well you guys can see it, is that like I woke up with this like really annoying eye booger. Let me like try to get close to it. There we go. I know it's kind of disgusting. My hands have been washed completely, guys. It's really important to like wash your hands, like even when you're positive, like still keep good hygiene. I'm gonna use the viewfinder as my mirror. Oh, there we go. I think I got it off. Oh my god, that is gross. That eye booger and like the minor cough has been like my only symptoms for today. So far, no fever, no diarrhea, no shortness of breath, no like inability to taste or smell things. I'm trying to think of like other symptoms that you guys might be thinking of, but like really, I don't really have much. If you guys are still wondering about my sleep, I still slept like a baby. I slept really good, got in like 9 hours of sleep, which I like never get. So I'm hoping for the best. I just don't want my body to like turn back at me and like all of a sudden I feel really bad, because right now like this is good. For dinner, I have this salad. So far, everything's going good, no new symptoms, but the only weird thing that happened is that when I was showering, like blood was coming out of my nose, and I started like freaking out for a little bit, but then eventually it kind of just like ended. So I don't know, maybe like I've been going too hard with the Kleenex or something and like my nose started bleeding, but so far I'm fine. Every night I say that I'm like not gonna be taking this like the next night, but this is actually the last night that I'm gonna be taking this, and it's mainly for two reasons. One, because I actually feel really good at this point, and two, I actually ran out of medication. Right now, I'm like in the 80 to 90% range, and hopefully tomorrow when I take this last shot of medicine, I'm like literally 100%, but we'll see. Today I've taken zero medication, zero supplements, congestion is gone. I pretty much feel like I don't have COVID at this point. But let me show you guys something. Whether you're symptomatic or asymptomatic, something that everybody has been hearing, like when you get COVID or just get sick in general, is to stay hydrated. This is the current situation of my bin. It's just completely flooded with water bottles because I have just been staying insanely hydrated. Hopefully though my dad like drops off a bag so I can like throw all that away. On the serious note though, I'm not gonna be taking any medicine tonight at all because I ran out and I just feel like I don't need it. I'm hoping that tomorrow I wake up like this or even better because right now I just feel perfect. I feel great. I feel like I have nothing. I'm back out here in my balcony just getting some vitamin D on this really hot Miami day. It's like 90 degrees, but it feels like 120. I honestly feel like 100%. I woke up with like a little cough, but like nothing else besides that. I would say the only thing that's like kind of worrying me a little bit is just like anxiety. Like there's times when I'm getting like really anxious about like, oh, is this gonna get like worse? Like, is a result gonna come back negative next time I do the tests? So that's kind of like the only thing that's stressing me out a little. No new symptoms. I can still taste everything, smell everything. No fever. I never really got a fever throughout my journey, which is really good. But yeah, like I feel fine right now. I feel 100%. All right, guys, today I feel amazing. I feel so good that I decided to take a walk outside around like my neighborhood just to see how like I feel when I'm like walking. And I've been walking for about like 20 minutes and so far I feel great. Like the only thing I kind of feel is like a little bit, just a little bit tired, but it's also because I haven't been working out, I haven't been running. I've been very stationary for the past week and I'm used to like always being on the move. So like I'm just trying to like train my body to get back to moving because I do think that I'm gonna like get a negative result really soon, or at least that's what I hope for. Also, even though I'm like walking around nobody at all, I'm all by myself, I still have my mask on because you never know if somebody's gonna pass by running on their bike or whatever. I have my mask on. I am completely by myself, walking as safe as I can just to make sure that like I don't put anybody else at risk. But yeah, hopefully when I get home, like I feel fine. That's like what I'm aiming for. I'm aiming that like I walk a good amount today, and when I get home, I feel perfect, no fatigue, no nothing. Ugh. So I'm back in my room and I feel good. I feel like I've been saying I feel good so many times within the past couple of days, but like it's true, like I just feel good. Even though I'm like diagnosed, I really don't have any of the symptoms at this point. When I was walking, I had no shortness of breath. I wasn't fatigued. My lungs weren't feeling weird or anything. I read something online that said that like if you get tested, like in that week, if you feel fine, you're probably gonna stay fine. I don't know how true that is, but so far that's like how it's been to my favor. Only thing now is to wait for the negative result. I think I'm gonna get tested in like a week from now, so I still have a long way to go. Eventually I stopped making the daily reports because after 7 or 8 days, I felt like completely fine. I still isolated in my room, which kind of sucked because like I felt fine and like everything was fine, but obviously like I have to be safe. I had to keep my family safe. On July 23rd, I tested negative. 2 days later, I tested again and it came back negative, which meant I was completely negative. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this was my experience, my journey. Hopefully, if you get coronavirus, it is not that strong and it stays mild or very minor. And it's still really important to stay safe, take every precaution necessary. Me, definitely, like after having COVID, even though it was like really minor, I'm being like much more aware, more cautious about like who I go out with, when I go out, and just like about my decisions in general. But guys, that was pretty much it for me. Hopefully this video like gave you an idea of what like somebody who has COVID like with very minor symptoms looks like. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below to stay up to date with my weekly uploads. That is it for me. I hope you are staying safe, but always remember to stay hydrated.